You know, every home has this secret life. It's this huge, invisible network of pipes and wires, all working silently behind your walls and right under your floors. And deep inside that hidden system, a really big problem could be brewing.
So, what's your first guess? Maybe faulty wiring? A weak foundation? I mean, those are definitely serious, but one of the most common and destructive threats is actually something else entirely.
Yeah, this threat is sneaky. It doesn't make a sound. Not at first, anyway. It can actually develop for years, just slowly and quietly degrading your home from the inside out.
That's right, we're talking about your plumbing. It's basically the circulatory system of your house, and when it fails, oh man, the results can be just catastrophic. But why does it fail? To really get that, we need to look at a real-world example.
So, let's take a trip to El Monte, California. It's a city that perfectly shows a problem that tons of suburbs built after the war are facing. What happened there is really a blueprint for understanding what could be happening right under your own feet.
What's so interesting here is how this slide tells a story that unfolds over decades. Okay, picture it. The 1950s. There's this massive housing boom. Homes are going up like crazy, and they're all fitted with brand new galvanized steel pipes. The trees they planted are just saplings. Now, fast forward to today. That post-war dream as a hidden cost. That original plumbing is now 70+ years old, the pipes are failing, and those little trees, they've grown into giants with powerful invasive roots.
And it really boils down to three core challenges in a place like El Monte. First, those old galvanized pipes are literally corroding from the inside out. Second, the area has really hard water, which creates mineral buildup that just chokes the pipes over time. And third, you've got these big, mature trees constantly sending their roots searching for water right into the old clay sewer lines. That causes just massive blockages.
This quote really says it all. This isn't just about a few unlucky houses. We're talking about a systemic problem for an entire generation of homes. The issue was literally built in from day one. So the big question is, how can you tell if this might be happening in your home?
Well, the good news is your house is trying to tell you. These hidden problems, they create symptoms you can actually notice. You just have to know what to look for and listen for. So let's run through the most common signs.
Okay, first up, weird gurgling sounds coming from a drain or a toilet. You know what I'm talking about? That is not normal. It's often a sign that air is trapped in your pipes, trying to force its way past a clog that's starting to form somewhere deep down the line.
Ugh, and this one. If you have nasty odors that just won't go away, especially that distinct sewer smell coming from your drains, that is a huge red flag. It usually points to waste that isn't clearing out properly and is getting stuck somewhere it shouldn't be.
Now this one is a dead giveaway, a direct link to those old galvanized pipes we were just talking about. If your water comes out looking brown or rusty, well, you are literally seeing the inside of your pipes flaking off and coming out of your tap. That's corrosion in real time.
And then we've got the one that hits you right in the wallet, a sudden spike in your water bill. If you know you haven't been using more water, that extra cost is almost certainly coming from a hidden leak. You're paying for water that's just seeping away into your walls or your foundation, completely out of sight.
So, yeah, the problems might be old, but thankfully the solutions are brand new. Technology has totally changed the game, transforming how these issues are diagnosed and fixed. We've moved from just pure guesswork to absolute precision.
For decades, the go-to tool was a drain snake. And let's be honest, it basically just pokes a hole through a blockage, leaving a lot of gunk behind. But now, look at the modern way, hydrojetting. This is a super high-pressure water jet that doesn't just poke a hole. It scours the entire inside of the pipe clean. It blasts away grease, scale, even tree roots. It's like a total reset for your pipes. But this is the real game changer. I mean, how do you find the exact problem without tearing your house apart? You send in a camera. Pros can feed a waterproof HD camera deep into your pipes and see exactly what's wrong. A crack, a collapse, or root invasion. No more guessing. And all this amazing tech leads to a much more efficient process for homeowners. First, they get a rapid, precise diagnosis with tools like that camera. Second, they can do an efficient repair, often in a single visit, because their trucks are stocked like mobile warehouses. And finally, they do thorough testing to make absolutely sure the problem is solved before they leave.
Okay, so now that we're armed with all this knowledge, what can you actually do? This is all about shifting your mindset from being reactive to proactive. Let's turn what we've learned into a simple health check for your own home.
Now, if you do need to call a professional, this is your non-negotiable checklist. You want to insist on upfront pricing, in writing, before any work starts. Verify that they are licensed and insured. That protects you and your property. For any big jobs, make sure they pull the proper permit so everything's up to code. And finally, always look for a warranty on their parts and their labor.
And hey, here's a super simple checklist of things you can do yourself. Once a year, flush your water heater. It prevents sediment buildup that makes it last way longer. Every season or so, just take a peek at the visible pipes under your sinks. Look for any leaks or corrosion. And every once in a while, just pay attention to your water pressure. If it suddenly drops, that's a huge warning sign. And maybe monthly, just notice if any drains are running a bit slow. Catching these things early is absolutely the key.
So, we'll end with this question. That vast critical network under your floors and behind your walls, it's really easy to ignore. But you know, given that it's the source of some of the most destructive and expensive home repairs you can face, maybe it's time we all started paying a little more attention to what we can't see,